Hello, this is Mr. Tybox123, and in this video I'm going to be bringing you a review of the Wacom Pen and Touch Special Edition, and this is actually the small version. So what you can see here is the actual Pen and Touch touchpad device itself, and what I'm going to be showing you on the screen is some of the things that you can use this device for. So I brought you the unboxing a few days ago and we got to see the device and what's in the package. And now it's time to actually go through what the device can do and what it's capable of and what are its good points and what are its bad points. And really, in a lot of respects, I'm going to be comparing it to the trackpad from Apple in terms of its multi-gesture ability and the ability to use it as a mouse like I'm doing here. So first things first, once you've actually installed the software for the Bamboo, which comes included in the packaging as we saw when I did the unboxing, once that's installed, under System Preferences you now get the Bamboo option, and in here there's a whole bunch of configuration that enables you to use this device to its full flexibility. So on the first tab here we've got the pen section, and what we can do is we can actually select what the two buttons on the pen do. So we can either have a right click or a whole bunch of different actions that are included in here, and then for the second button on the pen we can actually do the same kind of thing. So very flexible in terms of the actions that you can assign to those buttons on the pen. Then we can adjust the tip feel itself from soft to firm, and when you highlight over these things it tells you a description of exactly what they do. We can also change the double click distance from small to large, and then we can change the tracking from pen mode to mouse mode. So if we then pass over to the tablet section, you can actually configure whether you want it left-handed or right-handed orientation, and then you can also assign specific actions to the express keys down the side of the Pen and Touch device in exactly the same way that you can assign them to the buttons on the pen. So we get the same flexibility there. So if we just drop down on one of these menus, you can see almost exactly the same menu there that we did for the buttons on the pen. If we click on touch options, we can then enable the configuration for pointer speed, double tap time, scrolling speed and pointer acceleration. So all the kind of things that you'd expect to have with a input device. Touch functions, this is where we come to the multi-touch gestures, and the multi-touch gestures are almost exactly the same as they are for the Apple trackpad that I showed you just a minute earlier. And what that means is that you can use either one finger, two finger, three finger, four fingers, etc. in order to move your way around the operating system. So for example, we can just tap to click, we can double tap to right click, we can use two fingers to scroll up and down, we can use three fingers to scroll left and right, and then also we can obviously configure what those things do inside this small control panel section here. Then we've got the pop-up menu, which is where you can configure all of the options in the pop-up menu as well when using this device. So those are the options in the System Preferences applet that enable you to do all of the configuration of the device. And now once we've done that, we can actually load up the piece of software that comes with the device, and that is actually called the Bamboo Dock. Now this piece of software is really nice, and the reason for that is because you have the ability to add extra small mini docks into the dock to add flexibility to the application itself. And these little mini docks that you can add in are almost applications in their own right. So if we click on Full Collection here, we get a complete list of a whole bunch of different applications that we can actually add in to our Bamboo dock and then utilize as and how we want to. So if I click on Animator and then we hit Install, that's literally going to go away now, download from the internet this particular mini application, and then as you can see add it into our dock. And now what we can do is actually launch that, and once that's launched we can then start using our Bamboo Pen and Touch to use this application. So if I just use the pen here to hover around this and then head over to it, all the time I'm moving it around you can see the icon moving, and then as soon as we actually touch down we can then start using it to do any kind of drawing or any kind of graphics or whatever the case may be. Now, I'm no artist, but I would imagine that if you're doing any kind of animation or any kind of artistic creativity on your machine, then it would be very, very handy to have this kind of device, so you can actually have a free hand on the particular document or image that you're working on at any one time, rather than having to rely on your mouse or your keyboard. So I think that gives you massive flexibility there, and obviously you could use this for any kind of painting or drawing, and there's even handwriting applications as well, where you can literally just write into the application and it will recognise your handwriting, and then off you go. So there's some built-in applications in here. One of those is Bamboo Tutorials, and that's literally a completely comprehensive overview of everything that you could possibly associate with your Bamboo pen and touch, and it's all animated and spoken as well, so very, very good tutorial that comes with the product. So all in all, I'm very, very impressed with the software that comes with the Bamboo product, because it's completely flexible and also gives you good opportunity to download different applications. Some of them are games, so you can actually get familiar with the pen and touch itself. Some of them are more business orientated, but all in all, it's a nice option to be able to have that, and obviously they're going to be continuously being added to as well, so that's a very nice feature to have there in the software. Now, the other part to this, outside of using the actual pen itself, is the multi-touch gestures. Now, for those of you that have used the trackpad, then you'll already know what they're all about, but for those of you that haven't, let's just take you here through a quick demonstration of how you would go about using some of these multi-touch gestures. So I've got an image open here on the screen, and I can simply use 2 fingers here and just rotate that round, rotate it back, pinch and zoom, and do all the kind of stuff that you're kind of used to on a MacBook or a MacBook Air, or even an iPad or an iPhone to a certain degree. So very nice to have that kind of flexibility in there, and very nice to be able to use those multi-touch gestures instead of having to have a touchpad as well. The second thing that we can do with gestures, if I go to Google here for example, and then we just search for something, using 3 fingers I can just go backwards and forwards just by stroking my 3 fingers across the screen. So with the multi-touch gestures, we've already seen the system preferences for those, and they're completely configurable, and there's a whole bunch of those which you can use to your best advantage to get your way around the operating system. We've seen the pen part of the pen and touch, where you can do freehand, and that's very nice for any kind of graphical work that you might be doing. And all in all, I'm very, very impressed with this product. It looks really nice, came in some nice packaging, it's got a good price point at around £80, like I said in the unboxing. And also, it kind of makes the trackpad a little bit redundant, because it does pretty much as good a job as the trackpad does, but also gives you the flexibility of having the pen as well. So for an extra, £20 on the price of the trackpad, you're getting the extra flexibility of not only a larger space with some buttons, but also the ability to use the pen as well for any kind of creative work that you might be doing. So very impressed with this product here from Wacom, and that was my review. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.